So what we've got here, this jetty, the entire length of the jetty is 3,000 feet to the nose. On the body, the main body of the jetty, we've got another 150 feet of the 8 to 12 ton rock to place, and we'll have complete placement done. And then we're just coming through behind that, doing our punch list work, adding any fillers or readjusting any of the rock we need to readjust to have good contact on the rock to meet the design plans and specifications. So you're continuing to see behind me our operation loading rock onto barges to move out to our cranes that are working out on the jetty. Right now, we're in the middle of September. We're hoping to be completely done by the middle of October, and I believe we're going to make that. The contractor does have until the end of March of 2016 to have this work complete, but they want to be out of here in October. The Army Corps of Engineers would like to be done then also. It gets very, very tough out here to work on this in the winter. So we're looking to be done well before the real bad cold sets in. This material being unloaded right now is 1 to 3 ton rock for the jetty, for the beginning of the jetty along the beach until we get out onto the water. The jetty will be built with 1 to 3 ton rock. So that's what he's unloading right now in this dump trailer. And then after he's done unloading, the excavator will pick through this pile. You get some smaller, undesirable rocks, some fines, and he'll pick out all the rock that meets our spec. We got a separate stockpile going for that. And then it'll be put aside to be used out here for the actual jetty construction. Inside here, this rock will only take impact from really severe storms where the water's coming way up on the beach. Normally this won't be what we call an area that'll be under wear all the time, so that's why we use the smaller rock here. Generally these jetties really aren't built for people to walk on, but we are putting in a safety factor where we do make sure we fill voids as best we can, just so that it's as safe as we can make it. Starting in on the beach where the seawall is at the beach, that's all 1 to 3 ton stone right out until we meet where the water is. And then we make a transition where the spur of the jetty is. We have the spur on the inside here. That's all 1 to 3 rock. From that point, we go to the 8 to 12 ton rock. And then out at the nose of the jetty, it's all 14 to 19 ton rock. So the rock is really, really large out at the nose. And we also added 140 feet of the 14 to 19 ton rock at the nose of the South Jetty on this summer as part of this job. So now the Coast Guard has been notified. They're good to go to come back out and put the towers back in, both on the North and the South Jetty. We placed a 40,000 ton block of concrete on the North Jetty here for the lattice. The lattice, it's like a 5-foot square lattice tower that's going to be built by the Coast Guard. Over on the South Jetty, they're going to put in a single pipe unit that they're going to core into the rock, and they want to try. They're going to actually do somewhat of a study as far as which type of tower holds up better over the long run. You just saw the one of the push boats bringing an empty barge in that'll be coming in now to get tied off to get loaded, and hopefully shortly this next stone barge will be full and be ready to go back out to feed the excavators on the jetty. The whole reason for these jetties, at the mouth of the Merrimack River, we do have a channel here that's maintained by the Army Corps of Engineers for boat traffic, and these jetties help us from getting all kinds of shoaling inside the mouth of the river here that would create a lot of spots where the sandbars would create in here and become very high. So it's been found that since we redid the South Jetty, we're gaining a lot of sand on to Plum Island, onto the beach, and we expect the same thing to happen here over on the Salisbury side. More sand as storms come and go will get added to the Salisbury side. during a really bad storm, a nor'easter, when all the winds coming out of the northeast hitting what we refer to as the ocean side of the jetty. This spur right here, as the waves are coming in, this just gives us a little extra protection for the beach area right here, so that where the beach is closest to where the main body of the jetty is, what we're hoping is that it does two things. It breaks the wave action coming right here on shore, and the other thing it does, it causes the water to work around that, and it'll take the fines that are within the water during high tide and drop those fines over in here, which is, when I say fines, that's all your real beautiful beach sand. We're hoping that it just continues to build beach sand here on this side of the beach. I was able to see an aerial photograph not too long ago, and on the south side of what we refer to as the South Jetty, there's already a lot of sand that is built in that area, which is really a good thing for that whole Plum Island side, the amount of sand that's starting to build in there. What happens is this North Jetty really takes the brunt of all the bad weather. The South Jetty gets hit hard too, especially out at the nose, but does not get it hit as hard as the North Jetty. So by the time your wave action gets over there, it's already been knocked down significantly by the North Jetty. So it's not as much of a factor on the South Jetty. So what it must have been like when they first initially built this, because we got some areas between the stretch where your camera is and that first barge, there's 50 feet of water there. So the amount of rock that had to be dropped blind in the water just to get it to the surface to start really developing the jetty as far as the lines is really amazing. It's really quite an accomplishment.